Well, I am a Taoist. So as a Taoist, you're searching for the flow. Mm-hmm. And the flow comes in the contrast of different beings. So being a large, older, powerful male, maybe, and seeking company with young, feminine women, it seems like that's a nice, turbulent mix.
A nice turbulent mix?
Yes, yeah. That's what the flow is all about.
Welcome to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Here's your host, Marcus.
Welcome to another episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, the number one sugar dating podcast in the world, where we pull back the curtains on the good and the bad. And Lily,
the ever so responsible stories of sugar dating.
Yeah, that too, but the shocking stories of sugar dating.
I feel like a full-grown adult today.
Why is that?
Because I'm planning my financial future.
Yeah, old people stuff, huh?
I'm planning my estate.
Actually, it's a very wise thing. I need to do that myself, even though I don't really have any children to leave it to. I have some nieces or a niece that she deserves nothing, nada.
You can leave it to me because I deserve everything.
Yeah, well, I think Alejandra may fight you for that.
We'll share.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, we appreciate all you guys listening. I guess maybe we can do an announcement because we have secured our next Sugarpalooza 6.
By default.
Yeah, so as you guys may be aware, Shakira moved her concert till June 22nd, 2025. So I still have the 2 suites available, and so that will be officially Sugarpalooza 6. We will have applications available on our website soon, if they're not already there, but it'll be under the party tab, and that will be Sugarpalooza 6. If you haven't gone to our Patreon yet, then you are missing out all kinds of behind-the-scenes photos and videos of Sugarpalooza 5. It's a riot. You guys are definitely want to see those, and then you're going to want to join us for the next one if you haven't. So go to patreon.com/secrets of a sugar date. And you get so many other things there. We post all the episodes and extra sugars before anybody else. Lily she's got some really cool photos that she posted from Cabo San Lucas.
Mm-hmm. I have more to come.
Yeah,
I just haven't had time to get them on there.
In a second. You get to participate in the community chat, which is a lot of fun. People bring all kinds of questions there. And they get lots of good responses and answers from seasoned pros, newbies. I mean, there's lots of good chatter going on there. It's a nice learning thing. I love it. What else? Oh, coaching and profile reviews are available too. So we have different tiers. We have a free option. We love our free members. Join the family. It's a lot of fun at patreon.com/secrets of a sugar daddy podcast. I will have a link to it at the bottom of this episode, and it's also on our website, easy to find. So how was Cabo?
Cabo was amazing.
I know. I was there.
We
kind of overlapped a little bit, but the time together was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Marcus started the party, and Trucker and Lily finished the party.
All right, so Marcus and Trucker got a little overserved one day.
Dear God.
Oh, man. I was doing so good. So Alejandra and I went early, and thank you to Podcast Fanboy for providing this unbelievable suite in Cabo San Lucas, or a penthouse condo. I mean, it wasn't just a suite.
It was gorgeous.
3 bedrooms.
Thank you, Podcast Fanboy.
4 bathrooms. Even had an extra Murphy bed if we needed it, but we didn't.
We didn't.
Every room had ocean balcony. And how loud was that ocean all night long?
It was
crashing
really loud
into the beach.
It was soothing for my soul.
It was soothing. We ended up taking Alejandra's mom, who had her birthday, and then her stepdad, and they had a great time. They'd never been there. So then we were about to leave, but Lily and Trucker and a couple others showed up, and we went out and ate. Had some great food, great restaurants.
Yes.
A little too many pina coladas.
I'll
at the
try
pool.
to post all of our restaurant recommendations on the Patreon.
Yeah.
I already posted Sunset Mona Lisa.
Oh, I didn't get to experience that with you.
It was gorgeous, and it was their 17th anniversary, so
Nice.
they had all kinds of fancy things going on.
Right.
It was fun.
So, is Trucker still alive after that trip?
He is. We're both a little exhausted from our relaxing vacation that was more like a party.
Yeah. So anyway, definitely go to our Patreon to see those videos and photos. All right, let's get to our guest. We have a previous guest. He was on episode 147. Lots of great stories. The episode was called "A Silver Fox Lawyer Shares a Few Sugar Dating Stories," and it got a lot of downloads. We had a lot of fun. So Justin actually is in Scottsdale, Arizona today, live and in person. The first one we did through Zoom, but we always love it in person. It's just a better experience for everybody. So Justin, welcome to our studio. What do you think?
It's nice.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you
comfortable.
for having me.
Yeah, if you guys are ever in town, just pop on by. We'd love to do an episode like we're doing right now.
Yeah, it was nice. Just popped right in and
Yeah.
got started.
Yeah, and it's very comfortable.
And you said you've
private?
been here in Arizona for a week?
Yes, visiting family.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
There.
the weather finally broke.
Yeah, was it bad?
Oh, it was 2 weeks ago. It was 110.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's bad.
Now I think today is high as 70 or something. I mean, it's.
I
just crazy.
actually got to wear my boots and a jacket today because
Yeah.
it's a little cooler than usual.
All right, so Justin, last time we talked to you, gosh, when did this come out? This came out in the spring of 2024. What's going on these days?
Well, same thing, basically.
Yeah.
I think I had two girls.
You were
back then.
juggling a couple. They knew about each other, right?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. One kind of faded off, so I have my main girl, baby.
What happened? Just
She moved.
Life happened?
She moved for it's almost like an hour away. Mm-hmm. And I don't know.
It was just hard to maintain a connection.
Yeah,
Well,
it
if
was
it's
just
an hour
time.
away,
It was
yeah.
just time. you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have so many new listeners. Remind us a little bit of your background. You're how old?
I am 64.
That's unbelievable, isn't it? Now that we see him in person,
Yeah.
you get that a lot, though, don't you?
I hope so. It's
Yeah.
I'm going to hang on to it as long as I can.
I know, right? We're trying, aren't we? And you've been in the lifestyle sugar dating for how long?
Like 8 years now.
Yeah, that's about me too.
Yeah.
Right.
Back when it wasn't even fashionable. Right? It's just kind of a new thing.
Yeah.
I think it is getting more fashionable.
Well, you know what's funny? Our studio had their 4-year anniversary party here last night, and everybody wanted to talk to me about sugar dating and sugar babies and sugar daddies because I think the stigma is starting to break a little bit that it's dirty old men looking for a young girl to have sex with. I think
Well-
it's starting to break because that's not what it is. There is that going on.
Sometimes it's that.
Well, no, we can't deny that that's going on. There's also prostitution going on in every dating app that you go to, but I think they're realizing that there is a lot more connections going on and meaningful dating going on there.
Yeah, I think you get out of it what you put into it.
You can get out whatever you want.
Yeah. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today was just, well, before you do it, before you decide whether you want to get into it, just knowing what you want out of it. So I think so many people on both sides really don't know exactly what they want to get out of it. And that's the question. Don't you get that every time? Well, what are you looking for?
Yeah, how do you answer that? Because that is the go-to question. What is the go-to answer?
It's always different. But I actually wrote something down one time so I could just cut and paste it into the app when I got that question.
I have one.
Do you? I want to hear yours.
Oh, I want you to send me that because I was trying to coach somebody and I really wished I would have had that.
All right.
So being prepared, that's part of it, right?
So mine is, where is it? Okay, here it is. I cut and paste this, but there's no use keep typing it over and over. All right, it says, I'm looking for someone that I can enjoy a nice evening out with, great conversation over drinks or dinner, with a dose of intimacy if it goes that direction. Doesn't have to be immediate, but I enjoy a balanced relationship. I'm somewhat of a sapiosexual and love discussing life and business and whatever else comes up. I also love attending concerts, comedy shows, festivals, etc. In exchange, I'll offer a nice PPM, which could lead to a weekly allowance in the future if things progress, but basically a no-pressure, fun evening together.
That's a lot.
That's
that's
me.
good. So you obviously thought it through. Mm-hmm. You put the stuff in there that you want, and it directs your intention toward getting that.
Yeah.
If you go in not knowing what you want, you're never gonna find it that way.
But in the beginning, I didn't know that's what I wanted.
Right.
It's come over time. I think
it's important.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because
In the beginning, Marcus just wanted to bang hot chicks.
no.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, yes, but but in reality, I wasn't getting anywhere on the swiping sites. So in the beginning, when I said, "Shit, I got to try something different," I can't even get a date. So then when I went on the site, and the very first girl I talked to was this hot blonde, and she says, "All right, it'll be $500, and can we just skip the dinner?" And I was thinking, well, they get right to it, don't they? But that was her. And then I found another girl who we didn't talk money at all, and I ended up going out with her, and it turned into a 1.5-year relationship.
Right. That's why it's important to know what you're looking for.
Okay, Justin, let's
so you
hear
don't accidentally
yours.
fall into something you weren't really looking for,
Yeah,
but
right.
it seems like it was good at the time.
Let's hear your copy paste.
Mine is
reply.
I'm looking for someone that cares about me, someone that can be herself around me, someone that's kind and sweet and fun to be around, someone that makes my life better. Simple.
There you go. Simple.
Love
What kind of responses do you get when you send that?
It just depends.
I get an overwhelming response. This is the overwhelming response I get. Yes, that is exactly what I'm looking for. When do you want to meet?
Well, I think there's a reason for that, right? Because you're attracting those people who are looking for the same kind
Same
of things.
thing, yeah.
So knowing what you want to do, how you want to, what you want going in is super important.
Yeah.
Okay, so you say you're down to one sugar baby currently, but you'd like to have two, ideally?
I'm just kind of always open to meeting new people. I really like that aspect of it.
How often do you see the current girl?
Once a week.
Once a week? And
Yeah. We've been together for a long time.
what
4 years.
remind us what the age gap was there?
She's 23.
She's 23, you're 64, and you guys have been seeing each other 1.5 years?
4 years.
Oh, 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, I'm doing math.
She was a college girl when I first met her. Now she's a graduate. She's got a full-time job. I love her to death. She's super impressive.
Yeah. So what type of long-term goals does she have relationship-wise?
With me?
Or, I mean, is she one who wants children? Because I think you're beyond that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not having more children. No, I don't think she does.
Oh, she doesn't want children.
No.
So is this something you could see going long-term?
Well, it's already been 4 years.
Yeah,
so
I
guess we're
I
over
mean,
that.
like
Longer term?
No, I mean like exclusive marriage, possibly
No.
commitment.
No marriage. I don't think either one of us would want that. I'm just never going to get married again.
Okay.
I might eat those words someday, but I did my time.
I did my time.
You know
I
who?
served my sentence.
You know who's
did the
eating
whole
those
thing.
words? My original co-host, Amy. We're actually going to her wedding on Thursday.
Yes.
She's getting married. Unbelievable. She said she would never get married.
She's getting married on Halloween.
Yeah. Of course, this episode coming out well after that, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, Lily, you used the word exclusive, and that's not something I'm interested in either.
So you're totally down with the ethical non-monogamy.
That is accurate.
Gotcha.
I enjoy that too. I really do. I mean, I have my main, but I enjoy people, and I think you do too.
Yeah.
And I feel stagnant if I'm not out meeting people or having conversations. I may get tired of that person after a month, after an hour, and just I'm done with them. But I still enjoy it for that hour that I'm seeing them.
Yeah, meeting new people, getting that fresh perspective on life.
Yeah.
That's valuable to me. The key in that is ethical. And I think that forces you to be in a different sort of mindset when it comes to the relationship. Too many times, monogamous relationships get off track. But by being ethically non-monogamous, it means you have to be open, you have to discuss things, and you have to get rid of whatever petty jealousies you might have. So it's broadened my horizons, and I thank the girls for that. Really.
Well, and the beautiful thing, the girl you've been with at 4 years, you guys are on the same page.
Yeah, we'll be friends forever.
Yeah.
So you ask, well, how long's the relationship going to go? Like, we'll be friends forever. She gets married. I hope I get invited.
Yeah.
I've had one that got married already. So.
Oh, I've had a few that get married.
Were you invited to that wedding?
No.
Oh.
I wasn't either.
No, I wasn't, wanting to go to that. That's fine.
Season 2 of The Sunshine Place is the story of an experimental drug rehab for teenagers called Straight Incorporated, where kidnapping, brainwashing, and torture were disguised as therapy. It's the origin story of the troubled teen industry. How do I know this? Because I lived through it. The Sunshine Place, an Odyssey original podcast in association with Robert Downey Jr. and Susan Downey, is available now on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
So, have you been actively looking, or are you just kind of thinking about it?
I have a date, I think, day after tomorrow.
Really?
Friday.
Up in Oregon?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do anything while you were here in Arizona?
No, I just don't see how that would work. Mm-hmm. I'm not here that much, 2 or 3 times a year for a week. And when I'm here, I'm seeing the kids and all that. So
Yeah, you don't really have time for it that much.
no, I don't really have the need
Plus,
either.
yeah,
I'm fully taken care of at home, so I just go home.
Yeah. Well, every now and then when I travel, I'll change my location, but I find that I never really have time to go through with anything. So I get a lot of conversations going, but I do it more for podcast research. I really do.
I can see that.
Like we're in Cabo, I changed it down to Cabo just to see what kind of responses I would get, and I got quite a few absolutely gorgeous Latinas. I showed them to Alejandra, and she was like blown away on how beautiful they were down there. But here's the crazy thing. I can swipe for days on Bumble in Scottsdale or Phoenix, not get one match. Down there, match. I was it got comical. So I don't know if it was just because I was a white American businessman, quote unquote, down in Cabo, and the Latinas were liking that. I don't know. But Bumble was a whole different story down there.
Well, they're looking for you.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't think they're looking for you on Bumble.
So anyway.
They're not. They're looking for somebody younger, taller, more handsome, more money.
Where's that?
They don't exist, but that's what's in demand.
Yeah. You talking about here locally?
Just in general. On the dating apps in general. I mean, it seems like the stats are in. Right?
Oh.
If you're in the top 2%, you're going to get hits
all the matches
all the time on those. But the problem is it never really goes anywhere.
Right.
For me, getting dates on Bumble was not a problem. It was just I didn't like any of them.
Yeah, and the conversations die so quickly.
Yeah,
And it's a completely different vibe on that date. Even if you get to the date, the whole relationship vibe is different.
Yeah. I think commitment, monogamy, that's sort of the plan there. And then, how do I bring that out? That this is not how I am.
I'm looking for somebody I can introduce to my family and my friends and put a wedding ring on my finger.
Yeah, I'm not that guy.
You're not that guy.
Right.
So sugar dating is perfect for you.
It's worked out really well for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't expecting it going in. I just sort of dabbled in it early on. I've always liked beautiful young women, and the regular dating was boring. I mean, I don't know. There was nowhere to go with it. I'm not going to get into a long-term relationship. I'm not having some woman move in with me. Just none of that's going to work.
Now, do you have an age limit? Like, you won't date people over a certain age, or it's just a look type thing for you?
just looks.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to find a woman my age that had all the same attributes.
Yeah, same.
And
Like,
everything.
they're just not there.
Hello.
Well, Lily, you are the exception that proves
Yeah, but
the
she's
rule.
taken.
I got to say,
Well, I'm taken, but I'm saying we're out there.
No, you are out
Yes.
there. And that's
You're
how
out
Lily
there.
and I connected. I was like, wow, I'm usually dating 20s and 30-year-olds, but look at this hot 50-year-old. Swipe right.
There you go. So one of your Facebook friends commented on a picture of us when we were out doing country dance lessons.
Oh, yeah, I remember
And
that.
you're like, yeah, and that's actually one my mom would approve of because she's age appropriate.
yeah, age
Oh,
appropriate
gosh.
would be nice, but it's a luxury. I'll take it.
Yeah, we might be a little bit unicornish because most women my age are taken.
Yeah.
Or they've let themselves go.
Right. Lily's worked hard on herself, like to keep,
She looks
And she-
terrific.
what'd you think in person?
Thank you kindly.
I was kind of shocked. I think my jaw might have hit the floor, but I was not I knew she was cute, but I didn't know she was so
Well,
stunning.
she is the queen. I'll tell you what. So at our Sugar Palooza parties, they come to see Lily. Like, she's got this whole fan club on her own. They're all like, Marcus.
I don't know about all that.
They're like, Marcus, you're great, but Lily, oh my God. Lily's the best.
I'm
many-
everybody's mother figure.
How many times have we gotten that message? A lot.
a lot of times.
Right?
The den mother.
Yeah, the den mother.
They come to me for advice.
No, she's been a great asset to this whole podcast. And it's so funny because I pretty much had to drag her into this thing.
Oh, kicking and screaming. I was like, absolutely not. I cannot do this.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Now, I have a question for Justin. So, what's the age range on your children? How old are your children?
Pretty old.
Pretty old.
The oldest one is over 40, and the youngest one is over 30.
Okay, now, am I remembering correctly that you've introduced them to your sugar baby?
They've met them.
And do they give you any type of harassment for why are you dating girls younger than us, Dad?
Yes.
A little flack there.
They know I don't care what they think.
Yeah.
So they're not any more important than anybody else in terms
Yeah.
of what they think. I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. And I don't cross the worlds. It's not like, hey, come to Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
It's not like that at all.
Yeah.
But, at home, hanging out, if one of my kids stops by, well, hi.
And do you say this is my girlfriend? Do you say this is my friend?
My friend.
My friend? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really think girlfriend fits.
It doesn't?
I'd love to call them my girlfriend. I don't know that they would necessarily agree
Okay.
that I'm their boyfriend. I'm their sugar daddy. It's
Yeah.
a better position to be in,
Yeah.
right?
But
Boyfriend's
say you
not a
ran
great-
into a work associate, so you would just say, this is my friend.
Yes.
So-and-so. Do we have a name for her?
I called her baby last time.
Oh, you did. I remember that.
She
Oh.
goes by Rose sometimes. So
This
we
is
use
my
that.
friend Rose.
Yeah, I love her to death. She's great. When I came on last time, I couldn't talk about it. She's like, "Don't talk about me.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to know anything about me." And then she listened to it. She's like, "What? Why didn't you say nice things about me?
Yeah.
Well, and
You told me not to say anything."
Right.
You were almost going to bring her to our event, but then the timing was bad because this one happens to be a weekday event. So
Yes, she's full time.
I would love for you to bring her because she would probably really enjoy meeting the girls. I think the girls who come to our events probably have more fun visiting with each other
Oh, they 100%
than they
they
do
do.
visiting with the sugar daddy sponsors that attend.
Yeah.
I can see that.
They really fall in love with each other. And that's what happened when I threw the very first Sugar Palooza 1, which was the suite for Dua Lipa. And it was just an experiment. And I just wanted to see what would happen if I invited all these sugar babies to the same suite.
He thought he was playing with fire.
Well,
He was.
I
Look what
wanted
you
to see what
started.
would happen. And it was the most magical, loving community event. It absolutely shocked me. And, Lily was there for the very first one, and we hadn't known each other very long, a few months. And she came in and still has phone numbers and communicates with people that she met there and is really good friends with them. So, Yeah.
Don't you think, as far as a community, to the extent that there is one, of sugar people,
Sugar people.
they're really nice people.
Absolutely.
Right?
Some of the best people you will meet. It's unbelievable.
I feel that way.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons, like, I like meeting new women that are in that to see how they've navigated that space. And so many interesting people.
Men and women, all walks of life, all kinds of unique wants and needs. I talked to a girl and she had just signed up. She was real. You got to make sure of that in the beginning because she had a new account. And then we were supposed to meet, and then she messaged me this long thing. So I can't do this. Like, I really need the money. I'm doing this out of desperation, but I just can't do this. I still ended up talking to her for a while. I was supposed to meet her and give her some life advice, some financial advice, but we can't make our schedules work. But I'm still, even though she deleted her account, she doesn't want to do this, I'm still willing to help her to get on the right track because I feel for her, because where do you go when you're desperate and you need money? And a lot of girls turn to sugar dating, and we always talk about that's the worst time to try to do it because then you're doing things you don't want to do.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
You know, if you need to pay rent.
Yeah. We always joke. The phone starts ringing about the first of the month. Like, hey, baby, I'd love to see you tonight.
Yeah, well, not everyone out there is as nice as you and I.
Yeah.
You know, or going into it with those same intentions. Mm-hmm. There's some bad actors out there. So.
And that's the thing. They prey on the desperation. And it can make for a bad situation. And so there is where some of the negativity comes about the lifestyle, which is just inherent with any time there's a financial component involved.
Which is one of the reasons I like to meet a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Because then it's like, oh, wow, I didn't know there are guys like you out there, honest, that actually care about people. Like the last guy I met was a jerk. You know, he wanted this and that and this and that.
So
Right.
you've got to having been on this sugar journey for 8 years, you've got to have some horror stories.
Yeah, we talked about a couple of those, you know. They're not really horror stories as much as just fun little memories.
Oh, man.
Of craziness that I got myself into.
Are you the one that walked in on a couple of drunk girls ransacking your place?
No, thank God.
Oh, somebody told us a story about that where they fell asleep and then they woke up and these two sugar babies were just going through drawers and cabinets. And
Was that $2?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I haven't run into any of those kind of crazies. You know, I think all people are a little bit crazy in one way or the other. It's like sometimes that's the nice thing about them. But yeah, I haven't been stalked or anything like that. And I'm pretty open. Mm-hmm. I text with my real phone number.
Ooh, you are open. That's dangerous. That's so dangerous.
But, you know.
In the beginning, yeah.
When you have nothing to lose, it's easy to
Well, yeah. If you don't give a fuck and you have nothing to lose.
That's right.
Right? It's a good spot to be in. See, I have too much. My number is tied to my real estate company. It's directly tied to my address.
I could see that.
And my family history. I mean, it's crazy. There's so many people that use their real phone number. And it's a double-edged sword for me because I don't want them to do it because it's dangerous for them, but then it gives me information and it helps me prepare for my date sometimes to know who I'm meeting. So I've literally talked to somebody on the phone who I didn't really want to meet her anyway, but I wanted to prove her a point. And I told her where she grew up. I told her where her parents live and her birthday, her email address. And she got really pissed at me. I said, I told you not to use your real number. And she got mad at me for showing her that. Like, that's how dangerous it can be.
Just should have kept your mouth shut.
I didn't really want to meet
It's
her.
important
It's
to
one of those things.
to know, like, don't you, before you meet somebody, you want to know as much about them.
Yeah, because I almost made the mistake in the very beginning. I was actually on the way to meet this girl. So I was going to pick her up. I stopped for gas. And I look up she used her real number. I looked it up. She had just got out of prison for meth, or the local jail for meth possession.
Great.
I turned right around, said, hey, I got I got an emergency with one of my rentals. I got to go. She was pissed. Like, she was blowing up my phone. And this is before I used a Google Voice number or a texting number. So she had my real number. And I was like, okay, that's a lesson learned.
Yeah. Well, I just block if I have to.
Well, I blocked her.
Season 2 of The Sunshine Place is the story of an experimental drug rehab for teenagers called Straight Incorporated, where kidnapping, brainwashing, and torture were disguised as therapy. It's the origin story of the troubled teen industry. How do I know this? Because I lived through it. The Sunshine Place, an Odyssey original podcast in association with Robert Downey Jr. and Susan Downey, is available now on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
She still has it.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
Well, I went through I got stood up on group meet and greets 2 times in a row.
Lately?
Yeah, a month ago.
Same here. 3.
I
got
almost
stuck 3
gave
times.
up on it. It's like, this is...
What happened? Did you confirm with them?
Well, one was a classic where, yeah. So I mean, I've been doing this for a while.
It's been an epidemic
I'm
lately.
on the site just long enough to get them off the site, and so I can text them. Mm-hmm. And once I texted them,
yeah.
like I try to make sure you're real and have interest, right? Because if you're texting somebody and it's just, hey, how's your day? It's like, I don't really want to meet you. You know, if you got something. Some spirit in you or something, then I'll set up a date. Mm-hmm. And I know there are no-shows. So the first one was just kind of a no-show. Just, an hour before, I'm texting, hey, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
See you there. And, yeah.
Did they? And they didn't respond?
Never showed up.
Did they say, see you there?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I show up, I only wait 20 minutes. That's my...
Yeah.
Although this girl I just met last week, she was a half hour late. But
well, if they're communicating, I'll extend it a little bit.
Yeah. So the first one was just a no-show, which I don't care. Right? I'm sitting at the bar, I'm having a drink, I'll have a snack, whatever, and go home. So a little waste of time, but I can deal with it. The next one texted me while I'm at the bar, hey, I'm on my way. Okay, great, you're late. I'll wait, I guess. And then I get a text, oh, my car broke down on the freeway and I need $200 for a tow truck. And,
the scam.
Yeah.
I've had that one.
Yeah.
Same person probably.
Well, I don't think it's the same person, but I got that exact. But I'd seen this girl
It was
multiple
always
a common
some
scam.
excuse why I can't get there. I need $100 or
But that was
$200
scam.
or whatever.
I actually had a girl that I saw for 3 months. And then she'd always come. So she said, hey, I'm on my way. And then she sent me a picture of her. Hey, I'm on the side of the road. I'm waiting on a tow truck. It's going to be this. And I actually sent her an extra 100. And I never heard from her again. But I'd actually seen that girl.
Yeah,
We'd gone
well, that
out
can
multiple
happen.
days.
Yeah, that can happen anytime.
And you know what I found? So I finally found her on Instagram. She got back with her old boyfriend.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she wanted to get a little bit from me right at the end.
So did you pay for the alleged tow truck?
No. I'm like, I text back, hey, good one. You had me going there.
Yeah.
Good
How
job.
funny.
It's usually either, hey, I need you to send me this for the nanny or the babysitter or for gas or something ahead of time. And that you will never, ever see that person.
Yeah, I've had that.
Yeah.
I've had that.
Yeah.
So, setting your rules going in is really important as well, right? It's like every time I bend my rules, it usually, works out against me.
Yeah.
And so you have to be patient. So that's what I'm thinking. 2 in a row, I'm thinking, maybe I'll just stop. I'm not really, don't really need to find somebody else right now. Anyway, I'll just stop. And then next thing I know, 3 meets in a row.
Yeah.
So,
Any that you think will take?
I hope so. Yeah.
Some of them seem very promising.
Yes, I bet a young lady last week on a meet and greet went really well. So we're going to go out when I get back.
Yeah.
And what did you like about her?
She was really down to earth and sweet.
And how old is she?
27.
Look at you firing questions.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Inquiring minds need to know.
Yeah.
Our listeners need to know.
Right.
For me, my type is, I mean, I like them cute, but
Well, you got to be attracted to them.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
So you got to get through that first hurdle, and I'm both ways, right? I don't really want to go out with some woman that's not attracted to me, at least a little bit.
There's the dilemma too, is I don't like to exclude people. I like to give people an opportunity, but if I'm embarrassed to be out with you in public, then
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
Like our really cute friend who likes to scream at sports and whatnot.
Who's that?
I don't know if I can say her real name. When you first started dating Alejandra, you were also juggling this one.
Oh, yes.
And she likes to heckle at comedy shows.
Yes.
And she likes to yell really loud at sporting events to the point where you're like, I'm not with her.
Yes.
She's adorable, though.
Yeah, I really liked her. I dated her multiple times. Like we dated for a while, and then we took a big break, and then we started dating again. And I really liked her, but there are some social situations I found out that I could not involve her in, like a comedy club. One of those people that like to yell things at the comedian. and I'm just sinking in my chair going, oh my God, everybody's turning around looking at us. This is terrible.
Yeah.
It's
It's funny because I went on a few outings with the two of you and she never did that, but it wasn't, of course, it was just like we went to a concert and we went to dinner and
yeah, it was a surprise to me too.
She
Lily.
was fine.
It was a surprise to me too.
Well, I like girls that are really sweet, so that's what I look for. And fun, smart. Smart's always good. But I go in kind of knowing we're not going to have anything in common, right? All my movies that I spout memes to from the 90s and stuff.
Yeah,
right
you can
over
just
their head.
you don't expect them to know. If they know something about that, it's a bonus.
For sure.
Yeah.
But it almost never happens.
Yeah, I have a really great friend of the show and friend of mine that I met early on. And this was my wake-up call. I was in my upper 40s. I just got divorced. And she was 21. And I didn't want to meet her because I was like, what would I even have in common with a 21-year-old? Come to find out, we had a lot in common of other things, and we had such a great time. But the big wake-up call for me was when I started explaining my family dynamic. And I said, well, my family's kind of like the Brady Bunch. And she's just like, I don't know who the Brady Bunch is. I'm like,
I could see that.
oh, well, okay. How do I explain it then? And that was a slap in my face thinking, yeah, you're going to get that disconnect on some, culture things that we grew up
Well,
with.
I thrive on that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I thrive on like picking up the new stuff that people that are in their 20s are doing and not saying. I mean, I'm not going to.
Now, you and I are a lot alike. I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
I
saying-
surprise people.
Well, you got to stay
Current.
current.
Relevant.
Well, I don't know if I'm relevant, but at least I'm current. I'm still here. I'm not stuck in 1995 or something.
Yeah, I really enjoy the energy of the youth, and I think that they are surprised that even though here I am in an older body, my mind's still very young and active. I don't know that I knew that we would be like this when I was in 20s and 30s. I had no idea it would still work. Everything would still work pretty much,
Yeah, I never pictured I'd be this old.
Right?
It just happened to me overnight one time.
It's like, how the
And
fuck
then
did
all
this
of a
happen?
sudden, yeah. You learn new things. I like learning new things. Talked about ethical non-monogamy.
Yeah.
Wasn't a thing when I was 30. Never heard of it. Never been invented.
I never heard of that until I started sugar dating.
Yeah.
And some guy reached out to me and he said he and his wife had that dynamic and he always just chose one girl to kind of focus on, but that his wife had several guys and several women that she dated at the same time and he didn't mind because they were always going to come back together and be focused on each other. They had children. They would never separate or divorce, but they had agreed that they enjoyed the outside stimulation. Let's call it stimulation.
Well, and taking sex out of this mystical realm of, right, some kind of love fest between two married people and making it into something like, hey, this is fun. Human beings, 99.99% are sexual beings, but we never talk about it. Mm-hmm. You know, we pretend that we're not. Mm-hmm. Pretend that everybody else isn't, right?
Yeah. Right. You know who kind of introduced that to me? Because I was married for 16 years, and by God, that never even crossed my mind, or or she'd Lorena Bob at me. But of course, you guys know that reference. Amy, my original co-host.
Do we need to explain the Lorena Bobbitt
Please don't.
comment to our younger listeners?
Well, Mr. Bobbitt, what was his name?
I can't remember.
Cheated on his wife, and during the night, she took his wee-wee and whacked it off.
And took it with her in her car and threw it out the window. And the police found it. And they reattached it. And he later, I can't remember his name. He later became a porn star.
Wayne Bobbitt. I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
He became a porn star.
Was it?
He did a porn to prove that it was still work.
God. Yeah. Of all the things to be famous for.
Right.
I was castrated by my wife.
Yeah, John and Lorena Bobbitt. That was the name.
So it was John.
Yeah.
John Bobbitt. She bobbed it.
So anyway, that would have been me and my ex-wife if I had ever been unfaithful to her, which I never even thought about it. But our marriage was so mundane and boring, and it actually might have saved our marriage if we were open.
If she had castrated you.
You're so funny, Libby.
Goodness.
So funny. So I grew up in a very religious upbringing, Southern Baptist, and then, some LDS teachings and other things. And I don't know, it always went against all the teachings that I grew up with. So there's another reason I never even thought about it. Even imagined that it would be a possibility. But I'm finding now that I'm in my upper 40s and 50s, it just suits me better, and I'm a much happier being for it.
Yeah, well, I am a Taoist, so as a Taoist, you're searching for the flow, and the flow comes in the contrast of different beings. So, being a large, older, powerful male, maybe, and seeking company with young, feminine women, it seems like that's a nice turbulent mix.
A nice turbulent mix?
Yes, yeah. That's what the flow is all about.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
Okay,
Season 2 of The Sunshine Place is the story of an experimental drug rehab for teenagers called Straight Incorporated, where kidnapping, brainwashing, and torture were disguised as therapy. It's the origin story of the troubled teen industry. How do I know this? Because I lived through it. The Sunshine Place, an Odyssey original podcast in association with Robert Downey Jr. and Susan Downey, is available now on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
a question and it just went right out the window. What was
sorry,
it?
I got all metaphysical.
When you go out, do you and Rose talk all about your dates and how they went? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
She sees other guys too. I think
and does she
has
tell you
one.
all about them?
Well, I don't really need all the details, but if there's something fun, sure.
Yeah.
Marcus likes to hear the details.
To a point. Actually, she does share a lot of details.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was dating Podcast Fanboy, he wanted to hear about all of my other
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was like that too.
activities. Mm-hmm. And you know who else actually I've just discovered likes to hear my stories?
Who's that?
Trucker.
What?
I
I
feel
was
like-
going to say he doesn't want to
No,
hear it.
he loves it.
Oh, he just didn't want to hear it when you guys were not exclusive,
Yeah.
he didn't want to hear about it.
Yeah. He's fine to hear about stuff previous to him.
Now that you're comfortable.
But now that we're exclusive, he wouldn't want, I don't know. He doesn't want any more stories. We're making our own stories.
You're making your own, yeah.
Yeah, stories are great, but no, we just talk about everything else. Mm-hmm. We've spent so much time together over the years. I've seen her go from barely 20, college sophomore, into working lady. She just got a new job, so she went through the job application process, and she's a star. She's the opposite of me in a lot of ways. Like, she's super organized. Like, every minute of her day is scheduled.
Okay,
out.
how are you an attorney and not organized?
Oh, I have staff for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, I'm the guy who just goes with the flow, shows up, gets the job done. The staff takes care of me.
Right.
Yeah. Without them, I'd be nothing.
Have you ever paid for a sugar baby's cosmetic surgery?
No.
Would you?
Probably not.
No?
I paid for a lot of the ex-wives.
Marcus
Cosmetic
has.
surgery, so I
How
kind
many-
of have a thing against it.
How
I
many
guess.
boobs?
I've
How
paid-
many pair of boobs have you bought, Marcus?
I guess this will be the third set.
He's on his third set.
Mm-hmm.
And the funniest part of that, can I talk about the GoFundMe?
Yeah.
This
funny.
kills me.
Yeah.
So Marcus says, guess what Alejandra did? Because she actually needs a special surgical procedure in order to be able to get her implants. And
It's an extra surgery to, there's some bands around her tissue that never dissolved or released as they developed. And so they've got to cut the bands first and then do the implant. It's just a little extra.
So really, her augmentation, because of that, is going to cost like twice as much as it normally would.
A lot more.
And so she's like, I'm going to start a GoFundMe. And she did. I didn't believe you. I looked it
Did
up.
she get money?
It's there.
Yes. She's absolutely beautiful, and she's really good with her guys. Like, they all love her to death. So she just sent it to a few, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll donate, no problem. I mean, it's not about the money to her when she shows up for a date. Like, it's truly an enjoyable experience. Yeah, she does a really good job with sugar dating. Yeah. And these guys like her, and they're like, yeah. One guy pledged.
Yeah, you said you wanted a sweet girl. There's nobody sweeter.
Yeah.
I adore her. She's a genuine, sweet.
Yeah,
loving
so she's had no problem raising
person.
money for her.
That's
and
good
I'm
for
like,
her.
thank you, because that takes a lot of the burden off of me, because I was going to pay for the whole damn thing.
Not knowing it was going to be double.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I've never done plastic surgery, but I love paying for things like cosmetics and waxing and hair and nails and all that kind of stuff. It's like, great.
Oh, yeah.
Bring that over here.
Yeah, we actually, do you ever go do the nails with them?
No.
I have. I'll do the feet. Like, they'll give me a
Yeah.
pedicure or something.
Trucker needs a pedicure.
Yeah.
I
I
have
actually enjoyed going with, I've taken many sugar babies to a nail salon.
I'd be afraid I'd be like on Dumb and Dumber. They'd have to
Yeah.
get the grinder out on my toenails.
Trust me, they bring out the extra large clippers when they start tackling my toes. And they're massive. They're not
They're
pretty.
more like hooves.
Yeah, they're not pretty either. But I enjoy going in there. I love seeing them get their nails done. You know, get the massage chair. Sometimes they'll have sports on TV. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I like paying for all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's fun.
Oh, we went and got a couples massage when we were in Cabo.
You did?
Yeah. Actually, the four of us all went at the same time, but in separate rooms, of course.
Okay.
But yeah, that was enjoyable.
You ever done a couples massage, Justin?
yeah.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
done
I
one
like
too.
massage.
That's actually a good little, once you get to know them, it's not the first date thing you want to do, but once you've seen a sugar baby 3 or 4 times, that's a good great date idea. They love it.
Yeah.
What sugar baby doesn't like a good couples
A
massage?
nice spa day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other fun things do you do?
I've gone to Vegas a lot, but I really
Vegas
haven't gone in like 2 years.
Vegas is always a hit.
Yeah, that was always a fun thing to do with sugar babies. It's like,
And it's
like
no
sugar
judgment
baby.
zone there.
Yeah.
Like, you can walk around. It is very normal for anything there.
How long is the flight from where you live to Vegas?
about 2 hours, about the same as to here.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cool.
Direct flights. So
Why are we 2 hours or less from a lot of good things? Arizona is a great state.
Yeah.
It only took us 2 hours to get to Cabo.
Yeah. Actually, our flight landed in an hour and 40 minutes, I think. It was really fast down
Wow.
there. Not bad at all.
I can do 2 hours pretty easy.
Yeah.
On a plane.
Yeah. You ever do anything physical, like hiking with them?
I have done that. You know, I
Yeah.
was a big fly fisherman kind of in my past life, so I've taken them out fishing a couple times. I've done the hiking thing. I had a heart attack a couple of years ago, so I don't really hike as much as I used to.
Wow. You better now?
Yes, I am.
Okay. That's scary, huh?
Well, you know, it just happened all at once. And
Were you alone?
No, it's actually 4th of July. I was at the beach house.
Oh.
So we have a big family 4th of July thing every year.
Like, how did it present? What happened?
I just felt like I couldn't breathe. Like my chest just was so congested. I thought I had like a pneumonia or something like that. And it finally got to be, I couldn't sleep through the night before. So I'm like, hey, let's go to the hospital.
And
they're
were you
like,
with-
oh, you had a heart attack.
It was a family thing, like you were with your kids, or?
Yeah, the whole 9 yards. My mom's the one that drove me to the hospital.
Oh, gosh.
And that's what I felt like down in Cabo after I had that plate of nachos and jalapenos.
Yeah.
So I felt just like that. I'm like, all right, either I got the worst heartburn ever or I'm about to have a heart attack.
Well, it snuck up on me, but then in recovering, you realize, you know, I kind of died there. I got a second chance, so I'm going to do everything different, not
Yeah.
better. I mean, I'm still not the healthiest guy in the world, but
Did they have to put in a stent or anything?
yeah, they fixed that up. But I had some permanent damage, so I've got a pacemaker now.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's funny, and we actually talk about this some. Sugar babies need to kind of be aware. You're dating older guys, and here are the signs of a stroke.
Oh, yeah.
Here are the signs of a heart attack. Here are the because we've heard this happening. I mean, we've had a couple friends. I mean, even Trucker had an issue, and then Kevin, a good friend of the show, just had a stroke out of nowhere in the airport. Yeah.
I had a friend that happened too.
Yeah, and he came back on the show a few months ago, and his speech is still not back 100%. His humor is, but his speech, he's still
I don't think his humor ever left.
No, his humor is still there, but he was still having to think about how to pronounce words, and it's a very odd thing when you see somebody that's in the after stages of relearning.
That's a hard comeback.
Yeah,
So I hope I never go there.
yeah, so...
But so I'm a little less physically active than I used to be, but I'm still pretty active. I like going out to dinner. I like figuring out what the girls want to do and doing that with them. I feel like I've done everything.
What does
I want
Rose
to do.
really enjoy?
She's more of my snuggler. Like we have gone out to this. She's very progressive sexually. She's bisexual. She's the one that introduced me to going out to the sex clubs. So she's out there with that. But most of the time, we just hang out. Yeah.
I like that too. That's fun.
Yeah, I've had different styles of sugar babies. Like some want to be active, going out to do dinners and shows and I had this one every Thursday night. She would just come over, we'd snuggle and watch something on TV. Like that was her thing. She just loved doing that.
Yeah, we're not quite there yet, but there is some of that. We went to a cabin on the river this summer. It was fun. Like she's somebody I can spend a week with, 2 weeks with, whatever.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, we do so much that once in a while it's just nice to say, can we just stay in and watch TV?
Yeah.
We've been watching Ted Lasso. We're on our last episode.
man.
That's a good one.
But Lily is the ultimate FOMO girl. She has the biggest fear of missing out. And
I don't feel like she's missed out on much. She seems like the kind of
I
woman
probably
that's kind
haven't.
of like done most of the things she really
yeah,
wanted
but
to do.
she loves.
Well, I get an
being
opportunity
active,
and
yeah.
I just jump on it because I'm like, am I going to get this opportunity ever again?
Right.
So yes, let's do it.
Well, before we wrap up, tell us about your little 5 and 5.
5 and 5. So Lily is turning 55 in 2025, and I'm going to do 5 plays in 5 days in Times Square.
Times Square.
Broadway.
Yeah, I think we're going to join you.
You're welcome to.
Yeah. So
Anybody who wants to show up, I'll tell you what the dates are of each
we're
show.
gonna have a party in New York.
I've
That
kind
sounds
of
like a lot
narrowed
of
it
fun.
down
Yeah.
to if you want to.
We'll get you guys the details and certainly announce those on Patreon. But
5 plays in 5 days.
5 plays, and I
That's a
have
lot.
somewhere I
That's a
have
lot of sitting.
somewhere I have the list of the ones I'm leaning toward. Let's see here.
yeah, I took a sugar baby to New York City, and we did three plays in 4 days. It was good too. It was fun.
I love the theater. I love doing
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Very memorable.
I'm also a big reader, so girls are into books.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
yeah. Do you read out loud to them?
Yeah, like
No.
we
That
read
could be
bedtime
sexy.
stories.
Just
I like to
talk
read
about
out
them.
loud.
You do.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, these are the ones I'm leaning toward.
Okay.
Book of Mormon.
Okay. Funny, hilarious.
I've never seen it. It has to be a show I haven't seen before. So
Yeah.
that's one that I've been really wanting to see.
Yeah.
There's one out now called And Juliet,
Okay.
kind of based on a Romeo and Juliet
Yeah.
kind of thing that looked fun. Hell's Kitchen.
Okay.
Not really sure what that's about, but one of my friends' husbands is doing something for it.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't
We'll
know if he
have to
does
look it up.
lighting or sound or something. And The Notebook.
Really?
They're putting The Notebook into a play.
Okay.
Yeah. And MJ, the Michael Jackson.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah. Those are my top 5 right now.
Okay.
It could change.
All right. We'll see. All right. Well, Justin, can you believe? Out of time.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
Thank you again for having me.
Yeah.
It's so nice to meet both of you in person.
In
too.
the flesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were taller than I thought you were.
I know you can never
on the
tell
Zoom.
on Zoom. Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's a really
When you
tall guy.
walked up,
How
you're
tall
like,
are
oh.
you?
6'3".
Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, whoa. I didn't anticipate that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yep.
Yeah, it works good for me. Although, they say the bigger you are, the shorter you'll live. So,
Really?
I thought it was the bigger you are, the harder you fall.
oh, I've
It
done
could
that
be
too.
the same. Yeah. Well, like I said, if you guys are ever in the Arizona, Scottsdale, Phoenix area, and you would love to stop by, just say hello. I mean, we'll have dinner with you, or hang out for a little bit, or even record a show. We'd love to have you. Just go to our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com. We've got a contact us form there. Let's see, it's info@secretsofasugardaddy.com. You can always message us on, oh my God, so many ways. Patreon, Instagram, you can get in touch with us. But Justin, we really thank you for coming. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for carving out some time for us.
When are you going to be back?
I'll be back probably right after Christmas.
Okay. Well,
Ultimately, my plan is to spend 6 months here, 6 months at home.
like
but I don't know if I'm ready there.
yeah. Well, it's a great place to spend 6 months. Let's say from October to March, into March, early April. It's a great time.
Yeah, see, that's the plan because summers in the Pacific Northwest are terrific. You want to be there.
Yeah.
But winter's a little wet,
Sure.
and summer's here,
Yeah.
horrible. So winter's here, gorgeous. So if I can work that out.
All right. Well, hopefully you'll be able to join us at our next Sugar Palooza. We'll see.
Put it on your calendar.
I am on the Patreon, so I'll get it.
Okay.
In the
June.
feed.
Yeah.
What's the date?
It'll be that weekend of June 22nd, 2025. So basically, almost mid next year.
It's
But
going to be hot,
Is it on a weekend?
it's a weekend, yeah.
but it'll be worth it.
Yeah,
I'll do
it'll be
it.
fun, yeah. All right. Look for more details later, but until next time, bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to connect or even be on the show, we'd love to hear from you at secretsofasugardaddy.com.